In the darkest weeks of winter, when Iceland sinks into long nights and freezing winds slice across the land, nature unleashed a force no machine was ever truly meant to face: liquid fire. In late 2023, a chain of volcanic eruptions threatened to erase an entire coastal town from the map. Rivers of molten rock began crawling toward homes, roads, and vital infrastructure, and standing in its path was a machine few had ever seen up close: a mechanical giant with the power to wrestle with the Earth itself. That machine was the Caterpillar D11, one of the heaviest and most powerful bulldozers ever built. This is the story of how human engineering battled one of nature's oldest weapons, and almost lost, calling in the giant. As scientists updated eruption models hour by hour, construction leaders realized they needed a machine capable of moving more Earth than dozens of smaller machines combined. The call went out across borders, and soon a mechanical giant was on the way: the Caterpillar D11. This bulldozer is not simply a machine. It is a 100-ton statement of industrial defiance. When fully assembled, it stands taller than a house and outweighs nearly every vehicle that normally moves on land. Transporting it from overseas meant disassembly, shipping by sea, and emergency approvals to bypass normal import barriers. Officials did not hesitate. They didn't need something ordinary. They needed a titan. When the machine finally arrived and was rebuilt near the danger zone, it looked unreal against the smoke and crimson glow of volcanic rock. Cold air met boiling lava. Steel met fire. And for the first time in history, this dozer would be sent into battle against a force no man-made object was ever designed to confront. Building walls on burning ground. The mission was simple in language and terrifying in reality: move mountains of earth to redirect molten lava away from the town and critical infrastructure. Crews worked around the clock, carving trenches and raising enormous embankments to force lava down different paths. With every rumble of the ground, operators set their machines deeper into motion. The D11 pushed through rock and ash like they were grains of sand, yet the heat tested the limits of both machinery and man. The ground near freshly cooled lava reached temperatures capable of warping metal. Hydraulic lines expanded. Sensors failed. Ash clogged air intakes. Every hour the machine worked near the eruption took the toll of an entire week in a normal site. Yet the crews did not stop. Their hands blistered. Their eyes burned from sulfur fumes. Their breath fogged inside protective helmets. But they refused to back away, because every trench they dug bought precious seconds. Every ridge they raised made lava hesitate, and in a disaster, hesitation could save lives. When lava fought back, on more than one occasion, the volcano proved unpredictable. Just when engineers thought the barrier would hold, molten rock surged through cracks and headed straight toward the machines. In one terrifying moment, lava advanced far quicker than forecasts predicted. Bulldozers scrambled uphill, their metal frames glowing faintly from heat exposure. Only minutes after operators evacuated, lava rolled over the very ground where they had been standing. Had they waited 10 seconds longer, the story would have ended very differently. Then came personal tragedy. One of the project leaders suffered a heart attack during a night shift as fears of another eruption peaked. While he lay in intensive care, workers kept carrying on, often driving into dangerous zones simply to rescue machines that stood in lava's path. On another night, a worker vanished into a widening fissure while sealing fractures in the ground. He was never seen again. This was not just construction anymore, it was survival. Why the D11 was chosen? There exists a bigger bulldozer than the D11. The Komatsu D575 is physically larger, wider, and longer. But size does not win emergency wars. Reliability does. While the Komatsu exists in only a few dozen units globally, more than 6,000 Caterpillar D11 bulldozers operate worldwide. That number matters. It means spare parts, it means trained mechanics, it means familiarity. In a crisis, familiarity saves time, and time saves towns. Mining companies around the world trust the D11 not because it is the largest, but because it almost never fails. And in Iceland, failure was not an option. tracks built for destruction. What makes the D11 capable of such punishment lies beneath its massive body. Unlike most bulldozers, it uses an elevated sprocket drive system that prevents debris from damaging vital components while maintaining stronger torque delivery. The track links are reinforced and crowned to minimize uneven wear, allowing the machine to pass over jagged terrain without slowing. This engineering innovation wasn't created for volcanoes. It was created for mines. But in Iceland, it found its ultimate test. The tracks did not melt. They did not slip. They did not surrender. They carved a path through chaos, a legacy in motion. The bulldozer didn't begin as a giant. Its origins trace back to early 20th century farmers struggling through swampy soil. Wheels failed where tracks succeeded. Wooden planks bolted into chain loops replaced rubber rolls. Eventually, heavy blades were mounted to the front. Earth was no longer an obstacle, it became a resource. Those innovations merged into the brand name we know today. What once powered farmland now moves forests, cities, and continents. In Grindavik, it was no longer pushing soil, but history. Blades made to shape destiny. The D11's blade options are designed not just for dirt, but for destiny. Its largest blade holds enough material to bury a car completely. Hydraulic tilt allows operators to dig, lift, and spread with surgical accuracy. Satellite-guided grading lets the dozer flatten land to precision measured in inches. Even under ash-filled skies, operators worked with confidence, knowing the machine could shape their battlefield like a sculptor shapes stone. Electric power in a diesel monster. The newest D11 design rewrites how machines deliver muscle. Instead of a traditional gearbox, the D11XE uses electric drive motors powered by a diesel-based generator. This gives instant torque without gear shifts, smoother movement with no lag, and fuel efficiency unheard of in beasts of this size. Spare energy gets stored and reused. Power becomes intelligent. And in Iceland, intelligence made the difference. Safety when everything goes wrong. Fire suppression systems activate automatically. Entry ladders retract inward. Cameras cover blind spots. Radar warns of movement. When danger becomes too great, operators can control the machine from a distance using remote command stations. No heat, no smoke. Only control. A machine built for the pit of a mine now offered protection against nuclear temperatures disguised as rock. Moving a monster. Before the bulldozer ever saved lives, it had to be moved like an oversized puzzle. Its blade, ripper, and structure traveled across oceans in pieces. Special crews rebuilt it in frozen landscapes like surgeons working on a giant patient. And when it roared to life, the mountain shook. Then it drove straight toward Inferno. What was saved and what was lost. While barriers slowed destruction, Grindavik did not escape unmarked. The ground continues to shift. Stories remain unfinished. Thousands were relocated. Houses were sold to the government. Dreams rebooted elsewhere. Roughly half still hope to return. The rest have learned a painful truth. Once the earth moves beneath you, nothing is ever the same again. Steel against the earth, the Caterpillar. D11 did not conquer nature, no machine ever could. But it negotiated with it, it redirected it, it bought time. In that time, power plants survived, tourism continued, thousands stayed warm, and the town gained a future. Not because of chance, because of engineering, because of courage, because of a bulldozer that stood where mountains once stood. If this story amazed you as much as it amazed us, then make sure you hit that like button. It helps this channel more than you realize. And if you want to see more incredible engineering stories, world-changing machines, and the human battles behind them, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss what comes next. Drop a comment below and tell us what you think. Could you work this close to a volcano? And which machine should we explore next? Thanks for watching. Stay curious, stay safe, and we'll see you in the next one.